I will never have a companion for the rest of my... God, I love this Elytra. It's so much faster than anything I had before. Oh, right. I had a horse. Modern Minecraft is usually seen as a bit of a joke nowadays, mostly thanks to the fact that they get 0 updates, and the updates that we do get, oh my god, what is this? But throughout history, Minecraft has been seen as a block game. I couldn't tell you why. And a game based around exploring, mining, recently being horrified, but generally exploring, which has become the major draw of the game once people have beaten the end, which would usually take a casual player going in for the first time somewhere between 20 to 48 hours. Don't act like you didn't take 10 years just to figure out how to make another portal. Why you had no work? And let's be real here, we all wished for obsidian armor growing up. Exploring through any game is time consuming, but that's the fun of it. Wasting time, finding new things to explore, and having unique experiences. But what were to happen if we sped up the exploring process twice the speed, and instead of traversing a barren wasteland, i.e. the nether, where having a single misstep could lead to certain death, instead you have a safety net, making it so that if you fall off, pressing the spacebar once instantly saves you. Oh, but Jagmaster, isn't this video about how useless and terrible, god-awful, stupid, lying, quadrilateral photosynthesis a certain mob is? Yeah, I'm getting there. Hold your horse. If you like that intro, make sure to subscribe because it makes a little animation when you click it, rushing dopamine right into your feeble little mind. And the only way to cure that is by watching more of me and liking the video. So yeah, here's a baked potato for your trouble. On my way to work. Okay, never mind. Throughout the overworld, you're expected to interact with your surroundings, unless you're that one guy who plays on adventure mode who I pity with all my heart. But a part of exploring in any game is figuring out the best method of transportation, since if there is a faster way of getting around, then why keep walking when you could just use a car? So what is the best method of transportation as soon as you start your world? Well, it's actually the Strider. Coming out 1.6 was the horse update. Could you take a guess why it's called that? Adding horses to the game, and unlike something we've never seen before. Because as we all know, Mojang only adds original mobs. But one of the biggest drawbacks of finding a horse was owning a saddle, which was uncraftable and still uncraftable to this day. Back then, finding saddles was the equivalent of trying to find diamonds, and we all know how we get when we found diamonds. I put my stuff in the one place no one would ever think to find them. But I don't know what you're thinking. Since I'm an astronaut, doctor, lawyer, scientist, I can easily tell what you were trying to say. And usually it's stuff like, I should subscribe to this guy because he's underrated. But I guess you could probably be thinking that why am I complaining so much? You can just find a saddle and put it on a horse for ease of transportation. I have as much of attachment to what you just said as I do the snow shovel. Saddles have always been a very luck-based item to find, since you could probably go the whole game without finding one, since you can either find them in a blacksmith stronghold dungeon, maybe a pillager outpost, leatherwork villagers, and ancient dungeons. I know way too much about this game. The real fact of the matter is that unless you're targeting a saddle, which you really shouldn't be doing in a casual playthrough, it's like you're probably not going to be riding on a horse anytime soon. But if I'm going to be honest with you, ever since the end update, horses have become obsolete thanks to one specific item that everyone and their grandmother uses after they leave the end. Dragon's Breath. I'm just kidding, it's Elytra. Why would anyone ever use Dragon's Breath? Elytra's came out in the what? 1.9 update. Okay, sorry, it hurt me to say that. Elytra came out of the 1.9 update, allowing people to glide, but with the help of fireworks, you're able to pretty much just fly. Pretty much just making your horse a nice little decoration for your lawn now. Feel bad yet? Like I've said before, it's not anyone's fault that they'd rather use an Elytra over horses. It's just the fact that it's now easier to get around in terms of an exploration sandbox game. When the whole point of an exploration sandbox game is finding little things to discover on your own on the ground, you know, taking your time. But when you eliminate that, you eliminate all need to, like, you know, do anything after you, like, did all the achievements in 5 minutes from flying around. Who am I gonna fight after I got full netherite armor and Elytra? The Ender Dragon for the 50th time, or a Wither for my 16th beacon? Oh, at least Mojang is listening to us, including a new mob and dungeon in the next update.
Well, the wind attack.
What?
This attack will not actually
Wind?
cause direct up to
No,
the
really,
breeze
how's the
because it's
situation a
always
Power
pushing
5
away.
bow?
Now,
Is it really too hard to ask for mobs from Minecraft Dungeons, or do they not have the IP? I mean, just look at these mobs, they look so cool. Remember that old pixel map called Herobrine's Return? Well, that thing has the most unique boss battles, and it didn't even need any mods. And yes, I have played it again, and it's still fun today. At one moment, you're trying to fight flying creepers while trying to shoot into a giant skull's eyes. Next, you're on a battleship trying to shoot back at the other opponent's ship while trying to kill all these wither skeletons coming at you. And then next, you're fighting whatever the hell this is. But it's still awesome. Might I remind you, though, this was made 10 years ago? God, I miss the old days back in 2014 when we got such great things. This bad example. But at least 1.7 got released. Back on topic, if you're going to add an item that has this level of transportation capability, then you might as well double down on it and add some more biomes and structures to the surface. The fact that we only got one biome in probably like the last 10 years really goes to show how little they do with the surface. Don't consider Bamboo Forest a new biome, alright? Oh, and Cherry Blossom Forest, ooh, a new tree texture and some new leaves. They made it look so cool, but whenever I find them, I get one chunk of a tree. But you could also force people to come to the ground, or better yet, you can have some kind of dimension that takes place in the sky and awards people who have an elytra to fly through it. But I guess that's a really dumb idea that no one would ever do. There's a whale over there. I'm gonna get him. Got him! His eyes and his mouth. I'm gonna get him again, he won't us. Got him! At the extent of Mojang listening to community feedback is listening to that one guy with 13 followers who thought it was funny that there was an inconsistency with 2 pixels instead of their entire community boycotting the vote. Then either they don't have enough developers working on the game, or they don't have any direction for the game anymore. Or they just don't have any ideas, which is baffling to me when you consider the fact that they are owned by Microsoft. Does anyone really think that Mojang is capable of putting more time into an update than that homeless guy I talked to on the side of the road who just so happens to know how to code in Emerald Armor? What do I know? I'm not a developer. All I know is that I want to have fun, have a game that I've been playing for the past 10 years be fun. And granted, I'm still doing that today. With a great YouTube channel. I'm doing amazing. Really, there only is one way to play Minecraft, and it's like this! Impressed? Because I'm going to be streaming this like this tomorrow, so yeah, be there. Be at that live stream. Yeah, do it. Bye! And if you want my last thoughts on the elytra, you can have it right here. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. I don't know how the song goes.